Okay. Whoa. Little earthquake there. Hey guys.
Howdy.
What's up and welcome back to the Roomies Digest. My name's Christine.
I'm Monique.
And today we're bringing you
a long-awaited haul.
Yes, our biannual book haul.
It actually works out perfectly because my birthday's the beginning of the year. Yours is in the middle-ish of the year.
Yeah.
So
we can do huge hauls twice a year from all the birthday arcs, holidays, like every fun thing that could possibly happen, and we give it to you.
Yes.
Bequeath it to you.
We bequeath it to you.
I promise I'm not sitting like this to be cool. Like I literally am holding up this stack.
Christine refuses to lift the stack of books and remove the smallest book under there. I don't know if you can see this.
Here.
But this problem
Help
can be
me.
solved in a short order.
Just grab it.
Woo! Look at that.
Okay. Cool. There we go. Now I can sit like a normal human being.
Voila.
I'm kind of cramped over here.
Well, that's because of the choices
Big haul.
and the people that love you.
I'm really excited. I've been wanting to do this haul for a while.
Yeah.
You guys know my birthday was in the beginning of June. Now, 2 months later, we're getting to it. But before we get started, we did want to go ahead and mention that today's video is sponsored by
Blackstone Publishing. Yes, thank you to Blackstone for reaching out. They gave us this new book, Pinyon Scorpion and the Barbershop Detectives by Rick Bleiweiss. It is his debut novel. And it's kind of in the vein of, you know, those cozy mysteries that I love. So
Yeah.
it's giving me Agatha Christie-esque, Sherlock Holmes-esque vibes of like all those like whodunits.
Right, early 1900s.
Like a sleepy, small village, small town.
Where crimes are happening and there's obviously a smart detective on the scene.
Yes.
Right?
And that is Pinyon Scorpion.
That is basically the premise of this book. So we just wanted to give a huge shout out to them because this video is bringing you a ton of new books, but we wanted to start off with this one. And we do have a fun little trailer that we'll show for you guys.
Just to set the scene.
Yeah,
you know,
we want you to feel the vibes.
Because I'm trying to describe this sleepy town, but maybe this will really
Wet your whistle.
Really set the scene, you know?
Right.
Fields, curvy dirt roads, trains, mountains, 1900s.
Dresses.
Yeah, corsets maybe. Like long,
Probably.
like
pocket watches.
Cigar
smoke.
Okay.
That was a good one.
1900s.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah.
So like we said, thank you so much to Blackstone Publishing for sponsoring this video. And now we can get into the rest of the books that we've got. Bum, bum, da 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 da, bum, bum, da. I know I'm gonna start off.
Yeah, she's gonna start off for a while. I was kidding.
Yeah, I think probably the way that it'll go is I'll probably do like my birthday books, right? Because obviously it wasn't Monique's birthday, so she's not gonna have any for that. And
the way my account's set up, you know, I can't be buying as many books.
Yes.
Off the holiday.
Right.
Anyway, I'm excited to see what you were gifted.
Okay, so I will start off from the top. All right, from the top. The first book I'm going to talk about today is The Grace of Kings by Ken Liu. This was gifted to me by Vish from Books with V. So thank you, Vish. I am so excited for this one. I want to go ahead and just premise by saying I have a ton of fantasy books on my wish list. Like I got a bunch for my birthday. I don't exactly know what most of them are about. I'm not going to lie. I just know that a lot of my friends love this book. They love this author. This is the author of The Paper Menagerie. And also the person who translated
Three Body Problem.
Right. And so iconic, hello. But Vish was kind enough to send this to me. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. I'm going to be saying thank you a lot. But from what I can tell, we just have like a main female character, I believe.
So it's more fantasy than science fiction?
Yeah, I think it is. Let me just make sure. 7 kingdoms, shifting alliances, and constant battles. A tempest of diverse dialects and cultures. Wow, I'm excited. When a relentless king unites the 7 lands into one empire, some thought it would bring peace and end the turmoil. Instead, it brought stagnation and suffering, the anger of the gods, and finally a rebellion. I know this is part of a series and I already know it's going to be good based on that little blurb. So I'm ready to get into it. Okay, so thank you, Fish. The next 2 books I want to talk about are from our good friend, Miss Stephanie Bookish. The life, the legend. She was kind enough to get me a copy of Dead Silence, which I've already talked about on this channel. I really loved this book when I read it for a NetGalley vlog. If you guys are interested in my full thoughts, I'll link it up in the cards so you can take a look at that. But really, really love this book, and so she got me my own copy. And then the other book that she got me is The Mask of Mirrors, which is another big fantasy book in a series. What I can tell is it has con artists in it.
Oh.
Yes. They are like trying to con their way into this like city of dreams, but something goes wrong. And the back of this says, The Mask of Mirrors is an unmissable start to the Rook and Rose trilogy, a dazzling and darkly magical fantasy adventure. It's got lots of good stuff in it. Sorry, I was trying to see.
It's got one of those things.
Oh my god, it does.
Sometimes on the back of books they have those like Google Lens.
Yeah, you can bring the cover to life.
Like move.
Yeah, we won't do that today, but I'll do that later. That's really cool. But yeah, basically follows a con artist. There's some kind of magic going on, fantasy, big, thick book. We all know we're gonna love it. Okay? So thank you so much, Steph. I did also want to say that she also got me this really cute pouch. So thank you. That was getting stuff other than books, like you're going above and beyond. So thank you. Like you really didn't need to do that, but I love this so much. So thank you. The next book that I want to talk about today is Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. This was gifted to me by Nicole Lee. Thank you so much, girl. You know I'm about to really live for this romance. So I really put this on my wish list because I saw somebody annotating this book, and the quotes for this book, y'all, like I was like, okay, did Christina Lauren do above and beyond what they normally do? Like what's going on right now? So basically there is like someone who is like in a monotonous kind of life, and she runs into this other guy named Elliot, her first and only love of her life. So she's carefully kind of like had her life in order, but then Elliot comes in and kind of like mucks things up. He makes it interesting. Told in alternating timelines between then and now, like what happened in the past and what happens in the future. And y'all, like I cannot even, if I can find the post for this, I will link it like right here and you guys can see. But like I was in love with this book before I even knew anything about it. So I'm excited because I do like Christina Lauren. Like I know it's hit or miss for some people, but I've traditionally liked all of their books. So I'm really, really excited. And also look how cute that cover is. I love them, Your Honor. I love them.
The back is cute too.
I know.
Little,
yeah.
Oh, actually it's on the front.
Yeah, it's like pine trees. It's like cabin aesthetic. So I'm really excited. Hopefully it will be good. So thank you, Nicole. The next book that I want to talk about is from Nitty from Nitty Ready Reads. My girl sent me the second book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder like trilogy, I guess. I really love this first book and I read it for the Heartstopper reading vlog. So if you guys are interested in that and full thoughts, I'll link that up in the cards as well. But this is the second book in that kind of like murder, like mystery trilogy. I'm hoping that it's just as good. Like Holly Jackson really blew me away with the first book, and the way that like the plot twist came out, I was like rooting for the main characters. Like I've never felt so much for like a YA murder mystery basically, but it was so good. So I'm really excited. I don't really know what this one is about or like really where the story can go from here. I know my main girl Pip, I know she's about to find out everything because she's a true blue detective. Next is a book from Casey Can Read. She got me Daughter of the Moon Goddess. This is like a fantasy, like journey-esque tale, and I know that Stephanie from Stephanie Bookish loved this book, gave it like a really high star rating, which is great because usually if she likes a fantasy, I like a fantasy. But really what I can tell is that there's a young person who like grows up on the moon, and she's like in solitude. She's unaware that she's being hidden from this like celestial emperor who exiled her mother for stealing the elixir of immortality. Somehow her magic gets like discovered by this like emperor, and then chaos ensues. I don't want to go too much into it, but I know that the second book is going to be coming out soon, so I'm really, really glad I got this copy so I can read it. Like I said, y'all, lots of fantasy books. I'm truly coming into my fantasy,
You're
my, not my moment. Yeah, but like my, like, fantasy
bag.
Yeah, like, I feel like I talked about this earlier, but like, I have not been reading as much fantasy as I truly want to. So like, if y'all just see fantasy for the rest of this year, I would say sorry,
but up me because I'm a fancy girly now.
I'm really not sorry. So honestly, I feel like I was a trendsetter because I did it first.
I don't really claim the fantasy girly light,
Okay.
but it's not my fault that it just keeps falling my way.
Yeah, falling right into your lap, Okay, so the next book I'm going to talk about, and this one was actually like the book club pick for Alicia's book club, which I'm actually going to link down below. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and join book club. I, of course, did not open this until after they had the live show. So that's on me. That's my drama. But I'm so happy that she sent me this book, A Hero Born by Jin Yong. So this is a translated fantasy work. It's Chinese, and it is apparently one of the like best like fantasy tales of all time. I mean, of our time. I don't know how to really describe it, but if it's anything like, okay, let me take y'all back, because these will be the real Roomie Digest. Yeah, these will be the OG subscribers. Do y'all remember when we read
a
wuxia book in October of 2020? Do you remember that? That's the vibe that I'm getting for this.
Hey guys, editing Christine here. I just want to take a moment and say that the reason why these two books seem so similar is because they're written by the same person. If I was a better booktuber, I would have remembered that, but I'm not, so...
And at the time, I don't think I hated that. I'm gonna go back and look.
No, you enjoyed it, I think.
But I'm pretty sure I liked that tale. And so that's the vibe that I'm getting from this, okay? It's got kung fu, magic, and, you know, kingdoms, battles, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Like, I really am enjoying Jade City, which has, like, kung fu inspiration, martial arts. Yeah. Like, I'm enjoying that kind of thing, so I really think I'm gonna like this. So it'll be interesting to see kind of the translation and how it comes off in English, but I'm pretty sure everybody loves this series, and I've been eyeballing this, and like literally every time I go into Barnes & Noble, I'm like, look at that spine.
It's beautiful.
I need it. I know.
It's really this cover.
It's like giving like adult Poppy War. Like, I know the Poppy War is an adult book, but like this would be like if Rin started as an adult in the Poppy War. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's giving me.
Maybe my mom will like this one.
She might, yeah. I'll read it and let you know. But yeah, so anyway, thank you so much, Alicia. This is like literally such a surprise. Like, thank you so much. You did not have to do that. But I will be reading this book, and I will be replaying the book club. Yeah, like I'll be commenting very late, but I'm very excited. So I am trying to like join their book club and like get into it, but I just was a little late, so I apologize. But thank you. This was really great. Other surprise that I got was from my bestie Noelle from Noelle 7 Pages. Okay, so y'all know how we have these wish lists, and like people, you know, nothing wrong with this because I do this obviously for all of our friends, but like you go on the wish list, you get the book, and you get exactly what they want. Noelle, though, because she's not
like those other girls.
She's not like those other girls, okay? She was like, let me really think about my friend and think about what kind of a book she would like, and then based on that, give her the perfect like conglomeration or like perfect book that I could give her for her birthday. And so she ended up giving me the Swordstone Table. She is literally giving you Rex from a different channel. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, this is like an LGBTQIA plus retelling of Camelot, King Arthur, the Round Table. And it's got like literally all of these different stories. It's like the Lady of the Lake, Lady of Shalott, Excalibur, all these like other like sword and stone like tales. It's just like an alternate universe basically.
Is it short stories?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's short stories.
I've seen some of the authors back there.
Yeah, there's lots of different authors with this one. I think, let's see.
Sylvia Morena Garcia.
Yeah, Sylvia Morena Garcia. I'm like, who else would somebody probably, maybe Sarah McLean, Rashani Chosky.
Zanian Williams.
Yes, so like a bunch of authors came together, and it's old legends, new voices, reimagining of all these, you know, tellings. So, but you guys know that I've been doing kind of like a Greek mythology retelling where it's more in the women's POV. So I think this is going to be right up my alley. Plus, look at that cover.
I feel like I don't read a lot of like.
She's a baddie.
Of
now I know who the baddie.
retellings. Like the only one I of recent time would be like Legendborn,
which was fantastic.
And then I realized maybe I do like maybe these are the stories that I'm not familiar with, so it's like fresh, you know?
Right. Well, you might like retellings if they're told in a way
that's reinventive.
Yeah, because that's the thing with retellings. It's like if it's a tale as old as time, they do exactly what the old story is. Like obviously we don't care much for that, you know?
Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, we're like, oh, great, good one, yeah. Also, she gave me this really cute card. Like, who does she think she is? Noelle, you did it, girl. Thank you.
Innovator.
Also, on a very thoughtful note, our good friend Catherine from Catherine's Affray, she came over and she gave me my gift in person. So I actually have already read this book, spoiler alert, but I loved it so much. This one just follows it's basically like a Comic Con like cosplay girl and a like famous actor from a TV show like Game of Thrones, and they have their love story here. It was so much fun, set in San Francisco. I love it. Since then, I've read many other Olivia Dades, have loved all those books too. So finally have this copy in print on my bookshelves, which is great. And then she also got me Desperate Measures by Katie Robert, which is the Aladdin retelling. It's the Jafar retelling. Spicy little romance with Jafar and Jasmine. I don't know what to expect, but I know it's gonna be good. Like, I just have a thing for the baddies. I don't know what my issue is. I've heard nothing but good things about this book, so I'm so excited to finally get into it and pick it up. And then that little boo-boo, she got me an Ice Planet Barbarian candle.
When I say Christine literally ran into my room and was like, smell this. And I'll be like, let me smell it again, then reimagine. So what does it remind you of? And I was like, oh, you like a book. Icy.
I said, is it icy?
And I was like,
driving snows and ice and blue musk. I said, look, blue. And she was like,
Nothing came to mind.
I know.
Like, head empty. Like, I have nothing.
It really is such a fun time. Like, I love this candle so much, and I haven't even burned it. I just smell it like a weirdo and then put it away. Anyway, thank you, Catherine, because that was, like I said, unexpected. It's just so unexpected. It's so unexpected.
I was also gifted a couple of things.
Intermission time.
Just, Christine being the thoughtful bestie that she is. I don't know. I feel like every haul is going to be me picking up a book based on a TV series. First it was Columbo. Now it's Monk. A classic. These are based on the USA Network television series created by Andy Beckman. I do love Monk. It's one of the funniest shows that I feel like has existed in recent times.
She was literally obsessed with the show.
I'm still obsessed. Like, I go through phases,
Right.
So this, like, kind of like little episodes in a book.
Yeah.
This one is Mr. Monk in the Blue Flu. And this one is Mr. Monk and the Two Assistants.
I love that it says on the back, the real OCD. Like, bless his heart. Yeah, you guys know I'm like definitely a consumer in all ways, shapes, and forms. I like went back home recently for my family beach trip, you guys know, and I got these because they were like 25 cents at the library. We gotta support the library. It's her hometown too, you know what I'm saying? So went by there, got some books, found these. Definitely wasn't looking for these at all. But when I say Monique is obsessed with Monk, I mean she's
It's
obsessed.
a jungle out there. It's a jungle out. Do 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 do.
I don't know the song, so I can't help you. But
bigger.
that's all I got.
I'm singing the wrong song.
Okay.
A friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You got a friend in me. But that's not.
That's the only thing I can do for you is a little tiny beat there.
It's not the theme song to Monk.
Okay.
The theme song to Monk is...
Sounded like Toy Story.
It is Toy Story. Oh. It's the same singer. It's like you heard nothing I said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Head empty, no thoughts. That's me all
anyway,
day.
It's a jungle out there. It's do 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 do. Anyway.
Wasn't that a nice intermission, everybody?
Yeah.
The other books that I got in that haul, let me show you these. You guys will be like, what? You did? All right, so recently Monique was, exposing me on our channel, and she was like, why did you just haul these Twilight books? Why? And I was like, well, I hauled them because I got new dust jackets. Beautiful dust jackets, one could say. So I'll give you your favorite book. You can talk about that one.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I got these like amazing like Twilight dust jackets. They're like basically like if they were horror movie posters.
Why you got Jacob looking like this on the front?
It's better than him. Look.
That one's kind of cool. He's like,
yeah, this one, it's very cool. So I got all 4 of the books. They're very cute. And I did not want to rebuy the Twilight books like fully of full price, right? I just wanted to thrift them in hardback so that I could get these cool dust jackets. And so I found them, like I said, for 25 cents at the local library. And what a steal it was. What a steal it was. They're just so cute. Here, you can show off that one too. The epic conclusion. Okay. It also came with Midnight Sun, which I don't own, and I wish I could show you guys.
wow, the back of this one's pretty.
Yes.
Why is this one so heavy?
Because it's the biggest one. Don't you want to show off that?
I'm just like leaving it this.
She didn't want to let go of it. Anyway, but Midnight Sun is kind of like this one, except it's got Edward up here and Bella down here. So obviously, because that's Edward's POV. But yeah, so I did want to mention this because these are some of the best dust jackets I think I've ever seen.
There's a whole new meaning to dust jackets, I feel.
Yeah.
Well done.
I mean, they did a good job.
Got off Etsy.
Actually, this was an Instagram ad, so
Wow.
thanks for doing your part, Instagram.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. So yeah, that was the ones that I got, and then simultaneously also got Monk for Monique. Back to the birthday books. All right, so we're almost done here with this portion, I promise. The next book that I want to talk about is There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. I got this book from Amanda from Ginger Snaps Reads. My girl, my life, my love. You know, half of these books I put on my wish list. I did not realize that they were on Kindle Unlimited, and now that I have my Kindle and my Kindle Unlimited, I'm realizing my friends probably thought I was crazy for wanting these in print. But I do really love this cover, and I'm excited because this is a stalker serial killer romance. I think it's a little hate to love, possibly. We'll see. I'm not sure. But Amanda got me this, and she also got me like my low-key fave romance right now, which is The Charm Offensive. If you guys haven't read that book, you need to. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Next up, I want to share is The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. Robin from Cozy in the Nook got me this, and like, what a surprise. Thank you so much. Like, I squealed when I opened this book. But basically this is about the Bone Shard Daughter. So there's an emperor that has a daughter. She is not able to ascend the throne, I believe. I don't know if it's because she's a woman or if it's because she has a chronic illness. But basically she has to reclaim the throne and overthrow her father. So this is part of a series, obviously epic fantasy. And all my fantasy girlies tell me that this is good. So this is high priority. High priority, yes. And also I just love the cover. Wow. So anyway, yes. Thank you, Robin. That was very nice. And then in the fantasy girly genre, like, let's go ahead and talk about it. The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. What can I really say other than dragons? High fantasy. Legends tell of a great long ago battle of the gods. I know Stephanie has read this recently and she told me that I must read it immediately. But I do want to thank Cammie for getting me this book because Cammie is one of my fantasy girlies and she was like, hello, John Gwynne. Read it. What are you doing? The list goes on. Anyway, thank you, Cammie. My girl. Love you. And then another fantasy book that I want to talk about is A Magic Steeped in Poison. This is like basically a competition to brew the best poisonous tea. Right? A magic steeped in poison. So our main character basically has to be in like this competition to be like the master tea maker. There's lots of politics and things like that, which is like my bread and butter when it comes to fantasy books. I'm really excited to get into this world and kind of see what's going on. And also the next book in the series is coming out very, very soon. So also the cover.
The cover matches my nails.
Ooh. Hold that up. Yeah. You know, if there's a good cover, I'm really just adding to the cart. Yeah. So I did want to say thank you to Rachel from Let Me in the Library for getting me this book. Very thoughtful. She also got me a couple of other things that I just want to say thank you for. She got me a Howl's Moving Castle pin. cute. Also, some really cute washi tapes for my bullet journal. She like really spoiled the heck out of me for my birthday, as well as getting me these Gemini freaking necklaces that I haven't even opened yet, but they're so cute. I love you. Thank you. Anyway, really love that. We're almost done with the book.
You don't have to rush from my account.
I know, I just feel like I'm talking for like 20,000 years.
People love you.
Adding to the fantasy book
Birthday gift haul.
Sarah from Sarah's Shelves. My life, my love. Miss Sarah. She got me this Bound to the Battle God by Miss Ruby Dixon. Do y'all want to know how many pages this is? This is
like 900, right?
630 something pages of Miss Ruby Dixon. And you know what? I am going to live when I read this book. Like, I cannot wait. Okay, so you guys know that we recently read The Half-Orc's Maiden Bride for Classic Clip Book Club. That was a novella based off of this world. This 600-page world right here. Who's excited? Excited. I'm ready. So Sarah kind of got it for me because she was like, I just want to see you read this.
And you're like, great.
Let me know how it is. Yeah, and I said, gladly.
You get a map and everything.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what? And Ruby Dixon, like, that's the thing with her. She is really good at creating worlds and having like plots that are seemingly simple, but then later on the plots like come into like this grand scheme. I'm just so excited because this is literally 600 pages. Like, what could she do? You know, at this point, I've only read like her novellas basically, because that's what Ice Planet Barbarians is. So I'm really excited to get into this actual like thickie of Miss Ruby Dixon. Like, I'll be a true fan. I just need a shirt with her face on it. Anyway, thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate this. I did want to mention these other two books. So I have a cousin who reads a lot of fantasy. I talk about her on this channel quite a bit. She gives us book recs. She reads more than us. And she sent me Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. Robin Hobb, our, you know, fantasy queen, legend, you know, up there in the sky, has written a lot of books. I think this is actually like, honestly, the spin-off of, or maybe like a companion to her other. So like The Assassin's Apprentice, things, that whole trilogy, that I believe comes before this one. So I need to get those ones, but really excited to get into this one. And then this one, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Martha Wells writes fantasy.
I didn't know that.
Who knew? Okay, I saw this randomly, and I was like, let me just add this because I want to know what it's like. But it's called The Cloud Roads. Basically like a shapeshifter fantasy tale. I'm really excited because obviously Martha Wells writes sci-fi, but like, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody talk about this book. So does that mean it's bad, or does that mean no one knows about it? I'm not sure. We'll see. But I'm really excited to get into it. So that's the other book that my cousin Amy got me. So I just want to say thank you, Amy. Your taste, impeccable.
All right. As you know, we like to mention Steph a lot on this channel.
She literally just gives us books.
We raid her bookshelf probably every month. And this is a bag of the first half of the year.
This is a bag of tricks.
Here's a couple.
The Darkness Outside of Us. Okay. She gave us The Darkness Outside of Us as a male sci-fi.
Okay.
About two boys alone in space. They're supposed to be enemies to lovers, and they're going on a rescue mission.
That sounds like a great time.
That's all I got. I'm like, is it like the other book? What is it?
Is it YA though?
I think it is YA. Yes, it's YA. So we'll see. But I've heard it's a good time. I don't know. The Darkness Outside Us.
Sounds good.
Yeah, by Elliot Schreifer.
Then we have Lake Lore. I'm not totally sure what this book is about, but I know that it is, I think, queer fiction.
Definitely fantasy.
Fantasy-esque. And the cover's beautiful. And I was like, you know what? It sounds like a good time.
We've seen it floating around. Haha, floating because it's Lake Lore.
All right.
But yeah, and I think
they're trying to like survive.
Something, yeah, like something's
lake.
happening. Like the lake is, you know, bleeding into the real world, or the real world is bleeding into the lake. I'm not really sure, but they definitely, I think it's a second chance. I don't want to say romance, but like second chance friendship at least, because they haven't talked in like 7 years or something. Yeah, they're like rekindling their relationship.
Okay.
I just don't know if it's like a lovers or just friends or what it is, but yeah, Lake Lore.
Nice.
We'll see how it goes. She also put some annotations in there.
Next we have
this is the one that I was like, you're gonna love this.
Next we have Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is a book I was supposed to read with Steph,
And Steph DNF'd it and then gave it to us.
Yeah, and now I own it. I got it from the library before, didn't finish it in time where I had to return it. So
But now you have plenty of time.
now I have plenty of time.
Put it in there with Lord of the Rings.
Stuff really made me excited to read it, but I'm gonna give it a chance. That's funny.
I knew that one would give you a little tickle.
Yeah. Is it like a whole series?
Yeah. I didn't know that was in there too.
So this is gonna be the follow-up to Children of Time. I have the whole series.
She hasn't even read that one. She literally just gave it to us. Steph is a clown. She's like, forget y'all. Is that funny, Moni?
Yeah, this really made me gaggle. But anyway, I'm hoping I can get down with these space operas. It's definitely like it's like a space opera. Like drama happens in space. I explain it.
Yeah, Children of Time. Children of Time.
I think they're going to another place. I just remember Steph saying something about spiders or something, and I was like,
You've heard of monster romances, but have you heard of monster sci-fis? Okay, so just like from the back of the first one, the last remnants of the human race left a dying Earth, desperate to find a new home. Following their ancestors' star maps, they discover the greatest treasure of the past age, a world terraformed and prepared for human life. So the spider parts, I believe, are the new race that they encounter.
It's like a first contact.
Yes.
But like,
which is your bread and butter.
I love first contact. That's why I was very excited.
Yeah, you love first contact.
Steph had me like, she's like,
she's like, Rah.
So I'm giving it another chance now that I have both books of the series.
There you go.
Look at that.
Maybe a reading vlog in the future.
Yeah.
Who knows?
What else do we have in this bag of goodies?
Bag of tricks.
I think this is something for you.
Nocturna.
Nocturna by Maya Montaigne. Maybe it's definitely a fantasy book.
No idea.
It says fantasy fans will embrace the creative world building.
Okay.
To Fin Voy, magic is two things: a knife to hold under the chin of anyone who crosses her, and a disguise she shrugs into as easily as others pull on cloaks. So it looks like she's a face shifter.
Ooh.
But she doesn't really remember what her face looks like, and that's just how she wants it, okay?
Wow.
This sounds fun.
That sounds like Vicious.
But when she gets caught by Vicious. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. But when she gets caught by a powerful mobster, she's forced into an impossible mission. She's like stealing something from like
love a heist trope.
A palace, or she might lose all her magic. Work for the mob.
Okay, a heist mob fantasy trope. I love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That sounds fun.
I like it. I like the map too.
Yeah, that looks literally like
South America and Africa.
Yeah, literally. The bag is empty.
The bag is empty. The bag of tricks is empty. So yeah, we can go over a couple of arcs and things like that. We'll get this baby going. Ordinary Monsters by J.M. Miro. So this is a fantasy, like I want to say it's like a historical fiction fantasy set in England in 1882. It's basically about how these young children, I think, are going missing or something. Let me see. Dark labyrinth world of the talents, England 1882. In Victorian London, two children with mysterious powers are hunted. A figure of darkness, a man made of smoke. Okay, so 16-year-old Charlie, his body heals itself, and then Marlowe, a foundling from a railway freight car, shines with a strange bluish light. What follows is a story of wonder and betrayal from the gaslit streets of London to the wooden theaters of Meiji era Tokyo, to an eerie estate outside of Edinburgh where other children with gifts, the talents, have been gathered.
It's funny that you were trying to show me the word, but all I saw was your thumbnail. You're like, Meiji? I was like, there's nothing.
You could only focus on my thumb.
No, like you were covering the word.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, well, the angle, it looked like there was
yeah, I was going like this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
I can't see it.
There's been a lot of talk about how good this book is. Also, it's blurred by Joe Hill, Tamara Pierce. Those are the ones that everyone's going to recognize, right? So Flatiron Books gave this to us. Thank you so much, Flatiron, because I know this is going to be a good time. I know it's going to be a good time. I have no idea. It's like almost like House on the Cerulean Sea, but adult. It's going to be good. Anyway, so that's the first one I want to mention. The next one that I want to talk about is called Chef's Kiss, which is like giving me Love and Other Disasters vibes. But basically it's about these two people who are chefs. They live in New York City. Simone is a perfectionist pastry expert and wants to bring their brand to the 21st century by pivoting to video. Simone is thrust into the spotlight and finds herself failing at something for the first time in her life. But to make matters worse, she has to deal with Ray Litton, the new test kitchen manager whose obnoxious cheer and outgoing personality is like oil to Simone's water. When Ray accidentally becomes a viral YouTube sensation with a series of homebrewing videos, their eccentric editor-in-chief forces them together, and there is a forced proximity, hate to love romance. Wow, I love to see it. So I'm excited for this book. Like, I have no idea like really what to expect, but Atria sent it to us, and I think it's gonna be a good time. I also think it's LGBTQIA+. I'm just not exactly sure how. So we'll get into it. Hopefully I'll like this one a little bit more than Love and Other Disasters, because I was not a fan of that insta-lovey relationship.
And then another book that Atria sent our way is called The American Roommate Experience by Elena Armas. It is the follow-up to the one and only Spanish Love Deception, her follow-up work, or their follow-up work. It's giving me First Love Take Two. Like, it's pretty much the two characters, Rosie and Lucas, have to share an apartment, are forced to share an apartment in New York. And, you know, romance ensues from
Yes, Lucas is Lena's cousin, and I think he is staying in her apartment while Lena is like out and about.
I haven't
and
read
Rosie,
Spanish. Okay.
Rosie is her best friend. So this is like set in the same world, but that's how it relates to the Spanish Love Deception. It's probably gonna be so good.
Yes, and this is literally one of my favorite tropes. Like, they're sharing an apartment together. Rosie is trying to become a romance writer. Lucas, I don't know why he's in New York, but you know, good on him.
Good on him.
So I'm excited for that.
Another like crazy book that we got sent, guys. So Tor sent us the first binding by R.R. Beardy. And this book looks, first of all, it's so big. I was like, I thought this was from Monique. At first, I didn't see the cover. I just thought it said Monique on the front. And I was like, oh, Monique, you got a really big book. She was like, sweetie, no.
I was like, there's no way I would have asked for something like this.
Ever have gotten this. But yeah, so this is basically like, you know how in most stories you've got the meat of the fantasy, right? And then sometimes there's a prequel that comes out. And the prequel is where all the legends and the drama first happened that made the events in the actual fantasy story go cuckoo. That's how I would describe this. Like, this is like the origin story of the legend of this world, okay? And so it says, the first novel of a new epic fantasy series. All legends are born from truths and just as many lies. These are mine. Judge me for what you will, but you'll hear my story first. I buried the village of Ampur under a mountain of ice and snow. Then I killed their god. I've stolen old magics and been cursed for it. And I started a war with those who walked before mankind and lost the princess I loved and wanted to save. I've called lightning and bound fire. I am legend and I'm a monster.
Dang, he said, this person said, look, okay, look.
Let me write.
I am the one you're going to be writing this series about.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And I'm writing my own story first, so y'all don't get anything twisted. Nothing's gonna be confused because I did this, and it's just like that, and it's just as bad as they say. Probably worse.
I'm excited. Like,
you got me hype. I'm like,
I got goosebumps
should I
here.
stand?
I mean, because like this is like, I say this all the time, but like a villain origin story. That's what I'm getting from this book. And I'm here for it. Like, I'm ready to party.
You know, honesty is really refreshing, you know? We don't need to sugarcoat what you did. Just tell us what you did.
Right.
Tell us
and that's what happened. They were like, I killed a bunch of people.
Tell us what you did. How did that town get under the mountain? You know?
To be living my dream. Anyway, so yeah, so that's, we got this from Tor recently. So thank you so much, Tor, for sending this to us because wow. Wow.
And then next we received a book from Includus, a publishing house that's focusing on inclusiveness and diversity in the book world. And this book is called The Pearls of Yesterday. And it reminds me of kind of, not Princess Diaries, but like, you remember when Mia Thermopolis really wanted that perfect kiss in Princess Diaries where like
her little foot went up,
like from the movie?
Mia.
Abigail is no different, okay? Abigail Maria Panache. She has had some bad luck when she's trying to have her first kiss, but she's not giving up. She's not giving up on that, you know, dream she has. So she just knows it can't be with her best friend. That can't happen. She
Ooh.
can't.
Is this a best friend to love her?
Yeah, she cannot have her first kiss.
This is so cute.
The real romantic kiss be with Theo Winters, because that
Theo, what a name!
I know, that would be weird, especially since they've played since they were kids.
I'm already sold. I'm sold. I'm sold.
I'm excited. This is a YA romance. 16-year-old Abby has to choose between her best friend and the crush who gets her heart racing. Abigail!
What's happening right now? I'm feeling things.
So yeah.
I'm feeling things. That is so fun. Okay, well, moving on to a more like another YA, I guess. This is a YA fantasy. It's called Monstrous, Born and Made, and it came in this really fun like promotional package where you like have an admit one ticket and, you know, chaos ensues. So essentially this girl has to catch like a sea monster, something like this, to be eligible to like be in this competition. And if you win the competition, you know, you get glory, you get money, you get all the things you need. So her being on the poorer side of things, like her family needs the money, right? And she also has a chronically ill sister that she wants to take care of and all these things. So she has to go up against basically like, I would think it's like the District 1 and District 2 members of Hunger Games, like people who have trained for this their whole entire lives. Like she's got to go up against them to make sure that she wins, right? And so I think her and her brother go into this competition and basically, you know, try and win to save the day. But yeah, it's South Asian inspired fantasy, and it just sounds like a fun time. I mean, if you like Hunger Games, I feel like this is like right up your alley. Plus, you know, we have the South Asian rep. Plus the cover. The cover. Beautiful. So yeah.
Sea dragon.
Yeah, it's like a sea dragon or something. So this comes out in September. So September 6th of 2022. So this is a early arc, but I'm really excited to get into it and see what it's all about. And plus, like, I just love it. But yeah, we got this from source books from Fire Reads. Woo.
Next we have a copy we got from Flatiron by S.A. Cosby. You know we love razor blade tears in this house. So it's a newer one called Blacktop Wasteland, and it follows our main character Beauregard Bug Montage, and he is a getaway driver, the best one apparently. You know, he's lived a life of stress, anxiety, always looking over his shoulder because, you know, he's
a getaway driver,
has been committing crimes.
Yeah. Short and simple.
Yeah, you know, it's not really anything too complicated, you know, like you commit crimes, you could be caught anytime if you're the best getaway driver. So now he's living an honest life. You know, he is a loving husband, a hardworking dad, but then things start getting a little crumbly, a little rocky,
crazy,
because some of his former associates come back and are like, hey, we have a job of a lifetime, a jewelry heist. So now he's just trying to
figure out if he wants to risk it all.
Yeah, it's like, you know, this is who I used to be. This will really he's probably like, this will really pay for my child's college. I don't know. So I'm adding to the plot. Obviously, we see what you did, S.A. Cosby.
We know that we wanted to go through essays backlist, right? And this is one of those books, so we're really, really excited. So happy that Flatiron gave it to us, because we're Flatiron stands in this house, obviously. But yeah, super excited to get into that one. Then the next book that I want to mention is a book that Tor sent us. It's called Second Spear by Kristen Hall. This is a follow-up to I think the first book in this like Michaela's cycle. This is technically like a standalone, but basically this just follows Tin, this warrior who has kind of like been through a lot recently, and she doesn't really understand kind of like where she fits in her society right now because of things that have kind of like happened in her past. This is definitely like a fantasy book that kind of centers more around the character, because we're trying to figure out like what's going on with Tin, right? I think she stumbles upon some kind of like weapon that's like the weapon to like destroy all, so she has to make some moral decisions. Really, really excited to get into this one. Kirsten Hall is a really good fantasy author, so thank you so much for sending that, Tor.
I mentioned we got the second book of this in NetGalley, and I realized I need to read the first one, so I picked up a copy of A Song for the Wild Built when we were in San Diego. It was really cute. I like these are my type of sci-fi books I like. This is the size, beautiful cover, fits perfect on my shelf. But this is the start of the Wayfarers, a monk and robot book. But yeah, so I bought the first one of this.
Also, while we were in San Diego for my birthday, I picked up this book called Women and Other Monsters, Building New Mythology by Jess Zimmerman. This is kind of going along with the folklore of the rewritten folklore that goes more for like the women's POV. This is really what hooked me into buying this book. In our language and our stories, many written by men, we underline the idea that women who step out of bounds, who are angry or greedy or ambitious, or who are overtly sexual or not sexy enough, aren't just outside of the norm, they're unnatural, monstrous, and maybe the traits that we've been told that make us dangerous and undesirable are actually our greatest strengths. So this is really just like going right along with all those books in the Greek mythology that I've been reading that are like the women's retellings. That is what this is by Jess Zimmerman, so I'm really excited to get into it, and it's got like some cute like little graphics to go along with the stories. We'll see how it goes. Pick that one up in San Diego.
Another book I bought in San Diego was Persepolis, Story of a Childhood. It is a graphic novel. The story seemed interesting to me. It's like a childhood's POV of daily life in Iran, and it's just like how it contradicts like the public life and home life, and like how children are seeing like things that the government does in Iran versus how they like live in homes.
It's like a graphic novel.
It's a graphic novel, yeah.
Nice.
It just seemed interesting. And I like learning about other cultures, so
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
The other book that I got in San Diego for my B-Day trip is The Haunting of Hill House. Like, we already kind of know about this because of the Netflix show. I've never actually read this book, and it has an introduction by Guillermo del Toro. So I'm just really excited. Plus, I really liked this copy. It just like looked good. Y'all know I'm that kind of a person. I buy those kind of books. So I won't go too far into it, but obviously this is going to be adding to the horror part of my library, and hopefully I'll be getting into this in October because I would really like to read it and then kind of see how it is compared to the TV show.
Next, I was gifted this book, Throttled, from Cami over at Barrels and Books, because we both are obsessed with Formula One, and this is a Formula One romance. So I need to read this. I'm planning on reading it literally this summer, but oh.
Another book by Lauren Asher that I can also say, The Fine Print, which is that like Disneyland kind of like billionaire romance. Lauren Asher is filling our shelves. We'll let you guys know how we like it.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming that we will like it.
Yeah.
Fully and completely.
I've never read anything by her.
Me either, but I'm really excited.
The Dirty Air series, book 1. So hopefully.
Yeah, heard nothing but really good things about these books, so it'll be a good time. The other book that I kind of picked up when Jess was here visiting us, it's The Quick and Easy Guide to Sex and Disability. It's a graphic novel, basically just explaining, you know, what you need to know about sex and disability and kind of debunking the stereotypes. I really liked the one that was basically like a quick and easy guide to like queer, I think it was like queer relationships or queer something. I really like that one, so I think that I'm really gonna like this one. The other kind of like graphic novel that I picked up recently that we don't need to go too far into because we all have seen this book, but Fangs by Sarah Anderson. Y'all know this is a cute little love story between a vampire and I believe a werewolf. Nothing but good things about this, and I cannot wait to read it. Probably will be, you know, during October, during spooky season. Other honorable mentions that you guys probably have seen around booktube or like are well aware of. Fevered Star by Rebecca Rowanhorse. I need to get this book immediately. I just have not had time to sit down with it. This is the follow-up to Black Sun. Really epic fantasy. It was such a good time. And I know that people really give smack to this front cover, but I really like it. I like the gold. Also going into that category is Loveless by Alice Oseman. A lot of people already know what this is about, I'm pretty sure, but it basically follows Ace main character, Ace plot line, and I really just got this one because of the cover. Like, this is a special cover of this book, and you know, I be loving the Heartstopper graphic novels, so I had to pick this one up because it has the same
Can I see the front?
art. Yeah. We know I'm obsessed with Heartstopper, so there you go. Last but not least, you guys have definitely seen this one around. This one's almost like people kind of hate it now because people have talked about it so much, but this is a special edition copy of The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Circe was my favorite fantasy book of last year, so I'm hoping this one doesn't drop the ball. I know a lot of people who like Circe didn't like Song of Achilles, but I would probably say that I like Greek mythology a little bit more than the average person, so I'm assuming that this will be a heartbreaker, tear jerker. I'm assuming I'll really love it, and I just really love this copy. Like, it's so pretty. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
I went to Barnes & Noble. I picked up this book. It was like under the TikTok table. I just thought it was like a mystery book. I didn't really know what I was picking up. I would go to the register and the person's like, I've already cut out all the pages, but I haven't gone back to it.
She was giving you so many tips on this thing, and I was like, what is she talking about?
I was like, cut out the pages. She's like, yeah, it's a puzzle. And I was like, it's a puzzle? And then I like literally looked at it, and it was like the world's most fiendishly difficult literary puzzle. And I was like, oh. I said, I thought it was just a mystery book. She's like, yeah, it's a mystery book, but all the pages are out of order. You have to put them in the right order.
Yeah.
Figure out who murdered someone, who was murdered, first of all. You gotta figure out who was murdered and by who. Then put the pages in the right order. And if you get that all done, because they have decided to reprint it. So if you can submit it and get it all in by like December 20th of this year, you'll win some money or something.
We need to make a red board and have a red line tape.
But it's really hard. Only
from things to things.
People have solved it. Only one person solved it in like the last 30 years, and it was during quarantine when like the world shut down. So I'm gonna have to find some time. You're gonna have to leave me alone. Let me sit with my.
We quit booktube to bring you this 6-month adventure.
I figured it out. By God.
You show up with a beard. Yeah. You're like, I'm 45,000 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the way she was describing it, she was very excited about that. So I'm happy that you got that one.
It literally says the most difficult puzzle ever written. It's literally printed in entirely haphazard order. But it is possible through logic and intelligent reading to sort them into the only correct order, revealing the 6 murder victims.
Yeah. She said literally the people that she knows that have this book, they literally have a wall in their room with the red like lines, you know what I mean, trying to put everything together.
Yeah, I'm gonna unveil my back of my door and be like,
aha, I found it.
Like that Always Sunny meme where he's like, grr.
yeah, that one's so good. I'll go off of that and just say, like, when I recently went to Barnes & Noble with Monique, I got some graphic novels and some mangas. A lot of these you guys have probably already heard about, so we don't have to go too far into it. Like, for example, Full Metal Alchemist, Inuyasha, and Bleach. These are like things that I grew up with. I love these stories. These are my top 3 probably from my childhood. Loved these so much. So I made the conscious decision to go ahead and start buying the mangas. And you know, that's gonna be a journey that I'm gonna take because I know how long these are.
Where are you gonna put them?
I know. Okay. Anyway, so I've started down that rabbit hole. I also got the rest of the Perfect World mangas, which y'all know. This is my, like, I don't know, one of my top, like, recent discoveries, I guess. It's basically just this relationship between these two people. This man uses a wheelchair, and it's all about his kind of, like, struggles, but also his successes as a human. And I just love this manga so much. It's so cute. It's, like, heartwarming. It's a fun time.
Wait, are these the ones we haven't read?
These are the ones we haven't read yet. These are the new ones. I saw them at Barnes & Noble. I was like, I have to pick these up. Like, I'm so excited. It really is such a good time. If you guys don't know what this is, you need to read this manga.
I didn't know you had those hidden in your room.
It's because I just bought them. I literally just bought them like a week ago. So I finally completed the series. We're finally gonna see what happens. I'm so excited. I will say that I also picked this up when me and Monique went to Barnes & Noble. This is Josie, the Tiger and the Fish. It's kind of like a similar, like, I would say similar to Perfect World just because it has the wheelchair rep, but it is like more of a YA, like younger kind of like coming of age. But basically just follows these two characters and kind of how they fall in love. It's gonna be
they're like children.
I mean, yeah, they're in high school.
Oh, okay. It just looks like younger than
yeah. Josie leads a solitary housebound existence, and her key to the outside world is her friend Tsuneo. Tsuneo. Okay, a recent college graduate and her so-called caretaker. The titular story depicts the precarious and sometimes sensual relationship that blossoms between the two young people, still learning what it means to be happy. Of course, you guys know about this young little whippersnapper called Lord Olympus. Picked up this volume 2. I thought that we had pre-ordered these.
Yeah.
But they never arrived.
I don't know. I gotta check when I clicked.
Yeah. We need to
janky.
do some research on that, but y'all know Lore Olympus. We just talked about
Is that
this.
is your sign? Oh, exclusive.
Just as exclusive edition.
Never mind.
I think it's just the cover too, but yeah. And you know, you get bonus scenes when you do the physical copies. So that's a fun time. That's a fun time. The other one that you guys have probably seen around that I finally got to was On a Sunbeam by Tilly Walden. This is a epic sci-fi sapphic graphic novel. One girl gets lost kind of like in space, and the other one is trying to find her. So it's basically their story. And y'all know I be loving full color. It's gonna be a fun time. Another LGBTQIA plus that I picked up recently, it's called Galaxy, the Prettiest Star. Really, I picked this up for two reasons. One, the cover, it grabbed my attention. I was like, wow, this art, like if y'all have good art, I'm here for it. The second thing is it had this emblem on the bottom. It's DC, but it's got like this LGBTQIA plus like coloring. And I flipped it over on the back and it says graphic novel for young adults, but it's got the LGBTQ, you know, colors. So I was like, what's happening? Because usually when they're bound up like this, it's like adult content, you know what I mean? They don't want you flipping through. But I was like, this is fresh off the press. I'm gonna see what DC's about. I'm gonna see what they got going on. So I really don't know much else about it. I mean, it's like a fantasy graphic novel, and it's supposed to be really, really good. We'll see how it goes. Last from that haul is this graphic novel called Crumbs by Danny Sterling. This is a webtoon. I saw this ad on Instagram and I was like, wow, this looks really cute. And the coloring is just so cute. It's like a witch and a baker, I believe. Their love story, their tale. But I think it's gonna be a good time. And that's my Barnes & Noble haul.
Speaking of graphic novels, Rachel from Let Me in the Library, my girl,
my bestie,
literally got me 5, 6, and 7 of this series that I feel like literally the publisher stopped printing them. So I'm like,
where can I find them?
Yeah, so I don't know.
Help me.
But I am very happy because I was just thinking, I was like, man, one day I'll get my hands on this. And then like literally the next day,
Rachel was like, happy.
They like slowly started arriving in the mail. And there was like no note.
Rachel always sends stuff and she never puts a note.
Like,
I will say that.
I'm like, what angel dropped this off in my arms? Because literally, it was like literally the day before. I was like, I should really...
I'm about to go buy it.
I was like, I really should figure out... Oh, it's because you started the not anime, the K-drama.
So I started the K-drama and Monique was like, look, listen, this is not anything like
the manga was just right here. But
right.
I was like, but I don't actually have 5.
Yeah. She hasn't finished it. Anyway, so
here
completion of series. That's what we're doing
this
here.
Is Bride of the Water God. I've mentioned 1 through 4 before, but it follows
in the last haul.
Yeah, it just follows a very, I would guess it's an epic tale, love tale,
fantasy manga,
romance.
You know, about this water god and his bride.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah. Other kind of like honorable mentions, I guess, or like thank yous that I want to say about graphic novels. I'm pretty sure that Rachel got me this, like we just said. Sometimes Rachel sends stuff and she doesn't put notes, but I'm pretty sure she sent me this. It's the Red Rising graphic novel. It's called The Sons of Ares. Pierce Brown, my good buddy, my friend. I have been wanting to read this one because this is like the prequel to the Red Rising books. And yeah, just gonna be a fun time. So hopefully Rachel got me that. If it wasn't Rachel and it was you, let me know down in the comments and I will properly thank you. The other kind of like graphic novels that I wanted to mention. So I got Monstrous volume 1 and 2. I know for a fact that 2 is from Sarah Shelves because she put the note in there. This one came without a note, number 1. I've been wanting to own Monstrous for a while. I read volumes 1 through 3 recently and I'm slowly going to be adding to my collection, but this is definitely like a graphic novel series that I like. It's like horror fantasy, very fun. Love the like art, very nice. Okay, so I know that Sarah sent me 2. If you sent me 1, let me know and I will properly thank you again, but I am really, really excited to have finally own these, as well as Saga volume 1. Hey, also high fantasy, like could maybe call it, I don't want to say horror, but it is like pretty gory as far as graphic novels go. I think that Nicole Lee sent me this, but if you sent it to me, it did not come with any kind of note or anything, so please let me know if you sent this to me, but thank you regardless. I've been wanting to start Saga for a while and I really can't wait to get into this because I've heard nothing but good things. And then I also just want to mention that I got Raybearer in the mail. You know, I've been wanting to read this duology for a while, but this one also came without a note, so if you sent it to me, like I said, please let me know so I can properly thank you. But yeah, Raybearer is about to be like adapted into a TV show, so I've just been wanting to like read this one for a while. And also look at that cover. Look at that cover.
Beautiful.
Fresh fantasy. love to see it. So little YA fun time.
Wrapping up for me, almost, I got a short story, like, anthology series. I don't really buy a lot of short story books with short stories, but this one, the cover caught my eye, and then literally the first thing is a love triangle plays out over decades on a Montana dude ranch. And I was like, I don't even really need to know what any of the other stories are about. Yeah, it said a love triangle plays out over decades on a Montana dude ranch.
Yeah, like, it's done. We're buying it.
I was like, purchase.
Don't know.
This cover's cool. It has nothing to do with the Montana dude ranch. Besides,
You have a friend in 10A.
yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, random. Let's do it. I'll say random, like, book box collections that I've bought, and I just kind of wanted to lightly mention. First and foremost, we have the Laura Thalassa, like, Four Horsemen not trilogy, sorry.
Series.
Thank you. I was like, what is this called? Quartet? Series. This just follows like the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and I just wanted to honorably mention these books because they're literally stunning. The bookish box has fallen short on a lot of things, but these books actually look really, really good. So yeah, I did recently get these in the mail, and they're just like literally stunning. Like, I'm not gonna go through all of them, but like, sorry. Literally stunning. I love these. So I will be reading these eventually. That was a B-Day thing for me. Just kind of like, you deserve it. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see because of the glare. Recently got those from the bookish box, and then,
they are literally stunning.
And they are literally stunning. Like, how many times can I say literally and stunning? Super excited to get into those because I have read Laura Thalassa before. I really liked her books. And then the other bookish box kind of like special editions that I got the Diviners, but the bookish box, like I said, has been really dropping the ball, and I don't think that I'm going to buy any more of their special edition, like, anything. Like, I don't care how good it looks, y'all. The shipping on these, like, I bought these last year, like, in October, and they just got here, like, maybe a couple weeks ago. And when they got here...
Are you missing a book?
Yeah, the second book is missing. So me, Jayla, and Catherine, we all have ordered these, and like, we have to go back and like have this whole thing with them and be like, yo, where's the second book? Which is really disappointing because these are stunning. Like, the books are super cute. Special edition copies. I've never read the Diviners before, and I really like wanted to enjoy this series. So that's kind of a letdown. But the ones I do have are very, very cute. So we gotta go and be a Karen for a minute and figure out what happened to book 2, because like you guys can see, I'm missing it. But really, really excited for this series, and I am gonna be reading the special edition copies that I have for Fantasy series. So that'll be a fun time because I'll be able to, you know, annotate them and love them because they are really cute.
You're gonna annotate these?
Yeah.
You gonna write in these books?
Mm-hmm. They're my books. They're signed too.
You gonna write in a signed book?
I don't know what part of my books you're not getting.
It's pristine condition.
It really is.
You're gonna write in it.
Yeah. I'm gonna also read it.
Yeah,
weirdly enough.
I mean, the words are meant to be reading.
Reading. Anyway, so those are the bookish box special edition copies. They're stunning when they get here, but there's just so much problems with the shipping and like missing books and stuff that it's almost like not worth it to really buy. This one also came in the mail, y'all. If you sent me this book, can you let me know? I've been wanting to read this book for so long, The Wolf Den by Elodie Harper. It came without a note. So thank you if you sent this to me for my birthday, but who sent it to me? I need to know. Please tell me.
Whoa.
Yeah, because this has literally been on my wish list for the longest time. But yeah, this is like Greek inspired fantasy. It's gonna be a fun time.
You guys know I'm on a Korean language learning journey. So
and it's going well.
Yeah. A while back we went to a Korean bookstore around LA, and I literally came to get this one book. This is the level I'm on. I'm on a level of like a 4-year-old, you know?
Yeah, you can say words.
I was like,
words.
I wanted a picture book. But of course, me in a store can't be trusted. So I got a picture book.
Mm-hmm.
I got another, I guess
it's like a chapter book almost.
It's like fairy tales. So I was like, okay, I can understand. You know, I know the basic fairy tale stories, so this will help me. I was like, that makes sense. But then for some reason, I decided to buy a literal chapter book of Anne of Green Gables.
Now you know that's not how that went down. You know, I saw that book and I say your favorite book is Anne of Green Gables, so I gave you that and I say you should buy this.
Yeah, but why
I was gonna buy it? I was gonna buy it for her.
Should.
But then she said you don't need to do that, and she literally goes, and goes to the checkout. That's what happened.
Yeah, but like, I didn't come to the store for this.
No, you didn't. But you love Anna Green Gables. So
I
when
do.
you can read that, I think you'll really enjoy it.
I really will. And look at it. It's like the anime version.
It's gonna be good. I love it.
Look at the images.
Yeah. Like, for you to love that story, like, I think you're really gonna like it.
Yep.
It's gonna be good. The Korean check-in is, she's on a 4-year-old level. I am on a still learning the alphabet level. But I be recognizing some things.
Yeah.
I've
decided there's like certain words that I want to start using in sentences, and I've told Christine the words. I'm like, look, I want to use this one, you know, certain words.
She says Ani to me all the time.
Yeah, like Anio, Ania.
Yeah.
Like, I want to start just slowly saying no, Gunde, like certain words.
It's always no. It's like no.
Andwe.
It's like no, never, will never happen, no. Like, I know some of the words, okay? It's just I can't really read yet. But yeah. The one that really blew my mind is kimchi because it's kimchi.
Yeah.
You see, I don't know if you can
We
hear
live in
it.
America where we say things.
Yeah. We wrote it out KIMCHI.
That's just how
That's how it
romanization
sounds.
works.
Right.
Like, it's not, you can't, that's because the sounds don't exist really in English. So they like, that's why sometimes when you see the G or the K,
It's different, right? But like in the language, it's a G.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, you say it like a K, right?
What's really gonna blow your mind is
kimchi.
The last name Lee is actually E.
But you have to put like
an L
because obviously it's a.
I don't know why they.
Because it's a vowel. You can't have vowels by themselves. They have to have either the negative like.
Yeah, but you don't pronounce it. They don't say Lee.
I mean, it's probably just because like Americans are.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the one that's really gonna be like, whoa.
Yeah, it's blowing my mind. So I'm slowly getting there, but you've got some years on me. So
I don't have any years. But that is the end of me and this haul for me.
Yeah, I mean, really the only other things that I'll talk to you guys about, I talked about this on Instagram. I just want to say thank you to S.A. Chakraborty because I'm like a huge fan of Devabad. Like, I live and breathe for Dari Yabahushi Yavshin. And she sent me these copies, a signed copy of Empire of Gold in paperback, which I don't have the paperback copies, but like now I'm about to go buy all of them and support my girl Shannon. And then as well as an uncorrected arc of River of Silver, which I am gonna be buying the hardback version so that I can have them all in hardback. But yeah, she sent me the arc and like she just is such an amazing person.
That's so cool.
Yeah, she really is just like, I just love her. Like, I want to be her friend so bad. So maybe one day I can meet her and act like a big fan person. Like, I don't even act like a fan person when I meet people, but I'm gonna act a fool when I meet her. Anyway, thank you, because that really just made my whole entire like life. A birthday present I didn't know that I needed.
Yeah.
And then this one, y'all are really... I'll get to that one in a second. I told y'all recently I got better copies of His Dark Materials. Really, y'all know the Golden Compass, what it's about. I just like how these look. Just the gold, the purple, and the blue. I just like them. I like them. So anyway, hoping that Fantasy Series gets to these eventually. I've read the series before. Loved it. Would love to reread it again. And y'all know I'm a mass market paperback junkie. So yeah, I put them in backwards. But... anyway, and this is the one that you guys are really gonna LOL. We'll end off on a high note. So, you know, Monique has been reading The Lord of the Rings recently. And, you know, it got me thinking, you know, I should update all my copies. Because I literally had The Two Towers and I had The Hobbit. Okay, so obviously I was missing some of the books in the trilogy. So I was like, all right, let me just go see if I can find kind of like what I did with His Dark Materials. Like,
You're
update.
missing some of the books in the trilogy?
Yeah.
One?
Yeah, I was missing 1 and 3, and I only had 2 in The Hobbit, so the prequel. And so I was like, let me just see if I can find them. So I went and found the exact ones that I have, because I had The Two Towers in this like movie copy, which is basically just The Lord of the Rings
and The Hobbit. It's what the
and The Hobbit. So I just like bought these because I like the movie covers in the mass market paperback. Like, I think that they're really just like vivid. Like, they're just so pretty. I figure why not? Why not, you know? It's thrifted copy. It's like $5 for the whole thing. And you get the same exact copy of The Hobbit that I already had. So why not update it and go ahead and do it? Hey, bud. Okay.
It's like, y'all have been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, he's literally been asleep over there. So I got those. Then we went to another thrift store and I found these copies of The Lord of the Rings for $5.
Why did you buy them?
Which makes no sense. It makes literally no sense.
Why?
I don't know. There's something about a good cover of books that I love.
You have a problem.
I do. I've got a problem, especially when it's so cheap. It doesn't make sense. So anyway, this really is off kilter. This is really just going to crazy town. But like, y'all, I don't know what my issue is.
Where are we putting each series? Are they gonna be beside each other on your same shelf?
I don't know.
Me understand.
I don't know. But the important thing is this, y'all. I gotta tell y'all this. So the important thing is not that I bought the second copy. I mean, it is important because I did buy it and I spent money on it. So that's important in and of itself. But the important thing is I found the QPB companion to the Lord of the Rings in the same style as these books. And that's really what made me buy them. Because what does this mean? What is this? This book introduces to us the author who wrote the entire series. So this is basically like getting into the mind of Tolkien.
Oh, maybe
right?
I should start with that.
The inspiration, honestly, it might give you some insight. The inspiration behind the Lord of the Rings and kind of like what, went into creating this whole entire series. So that's really what was the icing on top of the cake for rebuying the series in the same day, guys, in the same day.
Whatever you say.
I've got a problem.
So which one are you getting rid of?
Oh, I'm keeping both of them.
Ah, okay.
Those were a buy when Noelle was here, which is funny because the Lord of the Rings people went on to her Avatar video and really were like, hey, right? So she knows all about that.
What else we got over here? Anything else?
I mean, there are 3 more books. So I know y'all are like at the end of this, like, Christine, you've talked for 10,000 years. Please shut the heck up. But I will just
please
quietly mention these. Jhumpa Lahiri, winner of the Pulitzer Prize. I saw this just on the shelf, The Namesake. Highly recommended. A lot of people have loved this book. We'll see how it goes. I don't really know much about it, but
book is pretty.
The book is pretty, yeah, and it's award-winning. Next, Half a King by Joe Abercrombie. Y'all know Mr. Joe, high fantasy author, obviously highly recommended on fantasy lists. I promise it's all gonna come together by the end of this year. You guys will be like, you got all these fantasy books, for why? Hopefully some vlogs will reveal that later on. So I really got this recommendation from Sahar from basically Bookish Reads. So that's attributed to that. And then this one is just one that I picked up because I just love to buy books. Okay.
We know.
I just love to buy books. And this one's called Velocity Weapon by Megan E. O'Keefe. This is a sci-fi book where basically it's like someone has gone into a coma, traveling through space. They wake up many years later and everyone has been either like disappeared, died, murdered. Something has happened. We don't know what, but this is part of a huge sci-fi series and it's, published by Orbit. So really
good time.
My bread and butter. Yes.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be really, really good. I think it's like 300 years have passed. So like, it's not like a cute little, 30-year time jump. 230 years. There you go. On an empty enemy smart ship.
The star system is dead.
Yep. The war has been lost and the star system is dead. So I think this is going to be such a good time. I'm trying to also read more sci-fi, but there's not enough time in the day. There's not enough time.
Read what you want to read
in the day. And I did just mention this on Instagram, but Tara sent me these lovely annotation tabs. So thank you so much to that. But I'm realizing, like, Tara, are you this Tara? Are you Tara DeWitt? Because this came without a note too. And I'm having a moment where I'm like, did you send me this? Because if you did, that was really cool. It just says a gift for you. Enjoy your gift.
Oh, I think they did come together. I put them on top of each other.
Oh, really?
That's why I put.
Wow.
That's why I put that on there.
Okay. I apologize then because I really had no idea. That's crazy. All right. Well, let me talk about this book then. So basically this is a book called Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt, and it follows Mayor, his daughter Hazel, and Farley. So Farley is managed by Mayor. She has a relationship with him, like it's a working relationship, but she also has kind of like a connection obviously to him because she is involved with like him and his daughter. So Farley and Mayor are kind of like involved. He's been managing Farley's career, but then Mayor gets an opportunity to come back into the spotlight because Mayor used to be like, I think a comedian, I believe. So this is really, I believe, a friends to lovers story. It has like a lot of laughs in it and it sounds like a really good time. Obviously I love laughing. So I just want to say thank you for sending that. That was really sweet. I made the connection at the end of the video. So I apologize for not saying that earlier. That was really on me. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. And also I love the cover. Look at it. It's gonna be so good. I love a good romance. And that's the end, guys.
Christine got a lot of books.
I did. Y'all did a lot for me, and I was blown away. I was like, I can't believe all this is for me.
Me neither. Just kidding. Again, thank you to Blackstone for
Sponsoring this
us.
video,
We'll
adding
see.
to our...
Yeah, letting us add to our collection of books.
I mean, this year we said we're gonna read our own TBR. We also just did a huge unhaul, and it was really for all these books to go back on the shelves.
I'm like, man, I've got to read more books.
I've got to read more books. Like, I've got to.
Yeah, I don't know. At this rate, we'll just buy you another copy set of Twilight and Lord of the Rings. Maybe another set of...
I do have 3 sets of Red Rising.
Make sure we buy the entire thing of Inuyasha.
Oh my god. The bind up is actually the first 3 volumes.
Okay.
So, I sound like such a know-it-all.
All right, guys. Thank you again for watching.
Yes.
If you like any of these titles, let us know down below.
Thank you again for all the books that you sent for my birthday. Literally, you spoiled me. Thank you so much. You guys are like my life and heart. I really appreciate it. But yeah. So thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give it a like for us. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more chaos.
Yeah.
And we will get you content.
We will.
We promise.
Yep.
And that's really
Make sure
all
you're
we can
following
say.
us on our other socials because there's lots of content there too.
Yeah, we do a lot.
Yeah.
We do a lot.
And there's Discord. So we're involved.
Why did that that made me have a head movie of you knife up being like, we've got a Discord too. Why, Ayana? Okay, I've got a crick in my back. I've got to go.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Again, thanks guys. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.